Hi folks, my name is John Jokinen. I'm owner of Highbridge Hills Golf and Sports Complex here in Highbridge, Wisconsin. As you can see in the background here, we're on a real pristine piece of property. And we started this disc golf project about 10 years ago. We're just kind of having an anniversary year this year of being open for 9 years. And if you look behind me, you're going to look across and see part of the Pinoki Mountain Range. And I grew up about 2 miles across from this area with parents and grandparents that were really concerned about my health and all of us growing up as kids, our health. And it always resonated with me with grandma and grandpa and my mother and dad that, you know, health and wellness is something that we decide we're going to be doing on our own, and it's proactive. And you look at what you eat and how you get activity and adventure into your life. And a lot of it is common sense. It doesn't have to be made complicated at all. And so about 10 years ago when we started the disc golf complex here, we felt that long range we would be doing something with a health and wellness program. And I'm happy to announce that that day has arrived now, and we've made a decision which way we're going to go. So along with what we've been doing here with Highbridge Disc Golf, we're going to be starting a program that centers around what we call Team Highbridge, and it's going to involve a company called Xango, Xango, and they too are a company that's been in business for about 10 years. So when you look back, both of our companies started about 10 years ago. We're both prospering, and we're really both bringing a positive attitude towards healthcare through nature and a natural product. And in this case, it's called the mangosteen juice. That's from Pacific Rim, and we're working with Xango with the distribution of it over here in the United States. And it's a networking business, a networking marketing business. And the reason I'm interested in it is simply for my health. I mean, I look at my health. I'm a fairly young guy. I'm 60 years old, and they say today's 60 was yesterday's 40, I guess. So I feel pretty young. I feel like I'm in my 20s. And interestingly enough, 50 years ago, or 10 years ago, at the age of 50, I discovered what disc golf was all about. It changed my life just dramatically, not only for the sport itself, but for sharing with people. And 50 days ago, I was introduced to Xango and the mangosteen juice, and it was really intriguing for me. I've lived all my life doing heavy work. I worked as a logging person over 7 or 8 years. I worked in a sawmill for over 10 years. I worked in dry kilns. I worked in the construction business. And I even worked as a mailman, of all things, which surprisingly is kind of a strenuous job on your body. But I had bad knees. I got hurt in a logging accident. A lot of you can relate to that in the construction or the logging industry. My shoulders were always sore when I got done with pole buildings. My lower back, I couldn't drive from here to Ashland, which is only 20 miles away, or here to Minneapolis without getting out of my little Mustang here, and my lower back would be a little bit sore. Great riding car, but I still was sore when I would get out of it. So 50 days ago, when I was introduced to Xango, it was really intriguing because, in all honesty, for me personally, I had 7 or 8 things that were bothering me in my everyday life and in my body that basically went away. And I feel a lot of it is probably due to inflammation. There's a lot of disease out there and problems that we all have in society, whether you're young or old. And you know, it involves inflammation to some degree. And there are other reasons why it was interesting to me. The mangosteen juice and the plant have got xanthones, and that's spelled Xanthones, and they really, really help as far as fighting disease within the body, right? Am I getting that right?
It affects all the systems of the body, basically. I mean, your mind can't really comprehend all that it does, but...
And it's a natural product.
Right.
It's a natural product, which Highbridge here is just nothing but a natural product. We are born, our business was born and groomed and grown here in a certified organic way. So the fact that we want to keep our property and be, pristine, and we want to be good stewards of the land, I feel we've done all we can do. And now we're turning to the human being, and we're trying to take and work in our natural protocol with the disc golf here into a product that can really help. And I'm just giving you a testimonial of myself here, because I'm probably as skeptical about these kind of things and about different products on the market, but
There's so much out there.
there's so much out
Yeah.
there, and there's so many that have so many claims. But the interesting thing, Lori, is that I'm more skeptical about doctors, and
Yeah.
I'm more skeptical about the drugs that are out there. Just listening to the radio yesterday, talking about something like it was over 15,000 women a year are dying from drug overdoses that are prescribed by doctors to take care of problems that the Zango and the mangosteen. Well, the interesting that I was impressed with is that the product isn't sold on the store shelves. It's kind of done through a networking system, and I think Zango and the founders really take a lot of pride in it. That everybody that I've been involved with Zango, they are the most nicest, respectful people and the most big-hearted people, because they've all experienced great success with the product, as well as with the network marketing concept of it as far as the business goes. And I mean, I'm 60 years old, and I got a whole $1,200 to look forward to if I retire at the age of 62, and if I want to grab my Social Security.
Yeah.
And with Zango, the way they've got it set up with the network marketing and the way people work together and support people, it can be a great income source. So here you're looking at something that'll take care of your health in a positive, proactive, preventative way. And even if you got some problems, it can take care of those problems.
Yeah.
And then you got the financial end of it too, where you're working with great people that it's really a lot of fun with. I've gone to several meetings, and the people are they're just so stellar, and they're just so helpful, and they're energetic. And of course they get energetic, I think, because they use one of the products here called Limitless. And this is a product that comes out, has been out now for, what has it been, just a couple of years, or has it been a year?
It's been about a year, I think.
About a year.
Yeah.
And all you do is just this is part of the mangosteen plant that's in a powder form.
And there's other things in it too. Mangosteen's in most of our products that we have. That's what makes Zango unique, is the mangosteen.
Fruit.
Yeah.
The mangosteen fruit.
Yeah.
And it only grows over in the Pacific Rim, and you can't bring it here to the States, and you can't, to process it, the fruit will perish, and you can't go very far with it. You can't grow the plants over here in the United States. So this has to come from the Pacific Rim. And it's been used over there for a number of years, from what I understand.
So this is kind of energy and focus, clarity, compared to Red Bull and some of that other stuff
The Monster
that's out there.
drinks and the Rockstar drinks and that type of thing.
So you see this as something where you can help people too to get away from some of that other stuff that's out there.
Exactly.
I mean, is there anything out there like this?
Well, I mean, for myself, I haven't discovered anything. I mean, you look at all the money that's spent and all the time and all the energy wasted going to doctors and getting prescriptions, and then that prescription doesn't work and they try something else,
But John, insurance covers that. It's free, isn't it?
Yeah, it's free. Yeah.
Isn't it free if I get a prescription drug?
Yeah, it's real free. Yeah, tell me about it. Yeah, but what about if we don't have insurance? I mean, look at it that way. And even if you do have insurance, a person should have a good moral conscience and conviction that you're just not going to take something because insurance covers it.
And I think we all end up paying for what we're all doing with whether it's the drugs or whatever we seek for our health care. We're all paying for it. It's not, it's not isolated.
It's not
we
free.
all affect each other.
And we all affect each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really do. But in my case, here's how it really played out for me. I had trouble with my vision, and I had blood cells the blood veins breaking in my eyes. I went to the eye doctor. He said, "There's really nothing wrong with you, John. I can't give you nothing." And then I went to the chiropractor and my physical doctor, and I've been going to him for 30 some years or 40 some years, and then to a massage therapist. They all worked on me for about 6 or 7 weeks before I discovered the mangosteen. And by the way, I was at Lori and Kevin's place when I discovered it. They asked me to come over, and and to just look at this product that maybe there's some hope for some things that I'm going through. And even though I've known him for many years, I was a little bit skeptical about it, but I thought, what the heck? It's worth the drive to Minneapolis to see if this can really work.
Yeah.
And so I went there with my eye problems and my vision problems. I went there with shoulder soreness because when I would work on buildings, whether it was for myself or whatever the reason being, I would be lifting up sheets of steel. And when you lift up those sheets of steel, you're putting up 20, 30-foot sheets, and it takes a toll on you because you're lifting everything above your shoulders. And then my lower back, right from the left-hand side to the right-hand side, my lower back was just sore. And it's probably been sore for 40 years when I was in the sawmill business and logging in the lumber business and riding in vehicles back and forth 40, 50 miles a day, carrying a chainsaw all day long, piling lumber in the sawmill. I mean, I was a pretty physical guy, and I still am to this date. My knees, I got hurt in a logging accident where I was almost killed, and I had a little bit of a problem, and the doctor says, well, you're going to probably develop arthritis by the time you turn 60.
Just learn to live with it?
Learn to live with it, more or less. Yeah, they didn't give me no hope for anything. And so those are items, or those are serious things that have been affecting me over the last...
Right. And we can't claim that it's going to do that for other people. I mean, the FDA is they'll jump right on the bandwagon to make sure.
What's wrong with me giving an honest testimonial of
exactly.
what has happened to me?
Exactly.
So to make a long story short with it, which is hard to do sometimes, I was at Kevin and Lori's, and they gave me 2 ounces of the mangosteen juice. We had the meeting that night. Next morning I had 2 more ounces of it, and then they gave me a Limitless that I could take. Maybe all total worth $5 or $6 worth of product. Minneapolis is 200 miles away from where I left your place and went home. And I started feeling the effects, I believe, of the Limitless almost right away. Now, maybe it was the juice, I don't know. But I've led a pretty clean life where I really haven't been on any kind of drugs of any sort or medications. I haven't been hardly hospitalized at all, but I had all these aches and pains that were just there, and I thought, well, I'm just going to have to go into retirement with these aches and pains. So I go back home, and I stopped a few places along the way, and I guess it was probably about 24 hours or even less when I got back home then that afternoon, the day after. And I got out of the car, and I went into the house to just put all my stuff away. And I just felt different. It was a completely different feeling in me. And I felt back, and I felt in my back because that usually is always sore when I get out of the car.
Yeah.
I got out of the car, there was no soreness. Now, it sounds bizarre, but the bottom line is that within the next 2, 3, 4, 5 days, I noticed my vision getting better because I kept on the product. I got product from Lori and Kevin that night and brought it home. I didn't want to be without it. I wanted to give it a real try. And all of a sudden, my knees were feeling better. Within about a week, at the very most, everything from my eyes to my shoulders, to my back, to my knees. And I know that it changed in me. It was like a cleansing action, and maybe I had inflammation throughout my whole body.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the doctors can't tell me. I guess I can only kind of surmise. But when it cleaned out my tissue and toxins out of my body, and the juice really helps with your blood vessels and with your arteries to clean them out and to get less inflammation. And that's where I never knew how many miles of arteries and blood veins are in your body. It's just unbelievable.
So it sounds like, I mean, we have something here that can be easily marketed. I mean, so is that why you're presented? Is this what's the opportunity here?
Well, that's why I'm looking for Team Highbridge here. We're looking for people that are interested in our whole complete way of living a healthy life. Take the adventure side of things where we've got disc golf, running, biking, putting in a Tough Mudders course. We're going to have some other interesting activities coming here. We're going to be doing running events and biking events. We're trying to get people to be active and adventurous all year long, 12 months out of the year. We'll be like a training ground, but at the same time, we're going to be a competition ground.
Yeah.
But then when you've got the product here with the mangosteen juice in it, and there's a way that we all can help each other out by introducing the product to each other. At the same time, you can make a little bit of revenue on it. You can get your product for free if you just pass the word along. It's such an easy way to do it.
Yeah.
It's just so totally easy. It's
So it's win-win.
It's
I
a
mean,
win
nobody's losing here.
It's a win situation for everybody. But we all kind of feel that we can't do this.
Yeah.
But all it's doing is spreading kindness and goodness out to people that you care about. I started it with disc golf. We went from 350 people to 8,000 people, all by word of mouth.
Yeah.
No advertising. It's kind of like a networking thing to some degree. With the people that take and work with the juice here, and you really like it, all you do is give a testimonial to a couple of friends of yours. If they want to get on it, they can buy it at retail for themselves.
Or wholesale. Well, the same price as you if they want
Right.
to become a preferred customer.
If they want to become a preferred
They don't have
customer.
to, they can be part of the business or not.
Yeah.
But that's what I was going to ask you. You've had so many people that have come up to you and saying, oh, I want to do something with Highbridge Hills here. I mean, is this finally what you think you can share with people?
This is it. I mean, over the years, I've been searching and searching and searching, and it kind of dropped into my lap, so to speak, on a silver platter, I guess is what I'll say, because coming to your place and talking to people about it and all the other great people that were there, I mean, there was a lot of interest in it. You had kind of a living room full of people there when you gave your presentation, and it just struck me that this is the product that I want to go with. And so we're reaching out to all of you folks out there. If you want to take the time to get a hold of me, we'll have information how you can get a hold of us. I'm even willing to travel, Lori. People travel up to Highbridge.
Yeah.
I'm willing to travel to them if they get 3, 4, or 5 people that are really serious about it to help get your link into us as Team Highbridge, and that you folks can take and get the product and be a proud supporter of the mangosteen juice and of Zango. And
so where does this business cover? I mean, is it just in the United States? Is it in other countries? If people out there know people in other countries? I mean, how many countries? Is it 43 now?
I think it's 43
it's at least
or 44.
43.
But the interesting part is that with so many people coming over here and going to school, and in the younger generation of the 20 and the 30-year-olds, it seems like they probably know a lot more people that have come from a foreign country. Maybe they're here for schooling, and they're best of friends. Well, they tell them about it, and all of a sudden, they're telling their friends over in New Zealand or Australia or Russia or wherever it might be.
Wow.
So the product is being, it's used worldwide.
Yeah.
And hey, we're all people.
And technology, the way that it is, I mean, we're so interconnected now. It just seems like,
It's
I mean,
easy.
the table's laid. I feel like the table's laid. It's ready. And whoever has an interest, I mean, I know it's not for everybody. I mean, I feel like it could be.
Yeah, but Lori, it might not be for everybody, but it might be for you.
Yeah.
Like it was for me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put links below this video so people can check it out. I mean, we're not gonna give you a whole lot of information. We're not gonna throw it out there right now. But if you're interested and you think this might be something that could change your life and change somebody else's life, and you want to be a part of something special and something huge, something that's a part of Highbridge Hills, we're just so excited. I mean, this is the first video we're doing, and we're thrilled. It's like finally, all the people that have come up to John wanting to do something with Highbridge, it's like, now this is just, I don't know, it's just so purposeful and exciting.
I hope when people watch this and they understand what we're talking about, that they don't procrastinate on it.
Yeah.
Health issues are nothing to procrastinate
Yeah.
on. We all do that too much in society. Take the bull by the horns, or pick up the frisbee,
and
just
feel
like
good,
this,
and
feel good about it.
I mean, like that Limitless. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know what to think of it at first and thought it was mostly for working out, but I mean, it's just phenomenal.
Well,
I don't know.
there's several products. You got the Ignite and you got the Reload, and there are specific products that are for like muscle building.
And we'll give you the link. We're gonna have a link where you can check out all these products. So we're not gonna go on and on, even though we could.
Well, it's so exciting, and it's just so invigorating to be a part of this whole thing. And I always just tell people, give yourself a chance. Give yourself a healthy fighting chance. If you want to be active for the rest of your life, and you want to have fewer doctor bills, and you want to take a proactive, positive approach to it, be purpose-driven.
I've just always felt that our jobs don't define us. It's what we do in the after hours that can make such a difference. I mean, you can totally change your life around. I mean, you know, careers and stuff, I mean, you know, that's great if people really love what they're doing, but I know there's a huge percentage out there. I always keep hearing interviews of, you know, job satisfaction, and it's way down, and, you know, and you look at retirement, 5% of the population can retire and have a good standard of living. I just feel like something's wrong. I mean, this wasn't what America was built upon. This isn't what anything was supposed to be like, you know. So I just think how exciting that we can all work together and do something to change our lives and other people's lives.
And it's changed so much in the last years. We see an acceleration of all these hardships, and acceleration of all these diseases, and companies going belly up or bankrupt, and there's no pension fund left for their employees. I mean,
right,
we
you
see
can't
that.
count on your employer, you can't count on the government. So let's empower ourselves and empower each other, and be a team.
That's where Team Highbridge comes in. That's what we're trying to be as a team, and we all benefit from helping each other out.
Yeah. And we got a Prius too, so we're ready to travel. We went green and we have a Prius, so you know, I don't know where you guys are at, but if, you know, you take a look at a few of the links and you think, yeah, I want to know more about this, you know, I'm up late. I'm available 24/7, and John doesn't get much sleep either.
Well, since I've been on the product here, it's really helped me. I'm pretty much active about 20 hours a day.
Yeah.
And I've always said sleep is way overrated, and I just feel that.
But you need your sleep too.
I know.
I mean, we're not saying just do that. I mean,
you
have to exercise, eat good, get your rest.
I know.
And you're just one of the very
Lucky
few
ones.
people, that can sleep 4 hours.
But it's a great product. It tastes good.
Yeah.
All you have to do is just really use it religiously, so that you're giving yourself a chance. And they got a great 30-day money-back guarantee. I mean, you have absolutely no risk in trying to better yourself. Absolutely no risk.
Hey, might even be able to do get a little heads up with the disc golf. Yeah?
Let's hope so.
Do they like doing better?
Yes.
Getting a better score?
Yeah. I think that.
Well, it'd be a good challenge. You know, whether they want to go online and try a 30-day, do a 30-day challenge and come up here and do one round. And then I hear often John will say after that first round, they're just, oh my gosh, they're starting to drag. And I mean, that would be awesome to bring some of this Limitless with you, or Ignite too, and see what your next round would be after you take it. That'd be a good challenge.
I've given out a couple samples to people up here that I've known for years.
Yeah.
And right away they could tell the difference. I mean, they weren't on the second round for more than 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And I mean, and a lot of these guys were using other substances, you know, for energy.
Yeah.
And
you see the cans. You
I
see
see
the
the
remnants.
Cans. I see all the cans. What people go through here. I pick up all the garbage too.
And they don't know. I mean, you know, people just don't know what's out there. You know, this isn't on the store shelf. So, you know, if John wasn't going to tell you about this, you know, who knows when you might hear about it. So that's great. Because you don't need to be doing this. I mean, you know.
I like to share goodness and health and happiness and wellness, which is going to be the foundation of our whole business here. We're just leading into that this year in a big way, and it's really a timely thing because Zango has been around for 10 years now. They started 10 years ago, and Highbridge has been around for 10 years. So
I'm just thinking of something. There's a convention coming up in September,
right?
The end of September, and how cool would that be if we had a bunch of Highbridge Hills people? It's out in Salt Lake City. We're gonna drive out there, but and I've got accommodations that are pretty cheap. If you guys, you know, if you check this out, and I could just see us having so much fun. Whether we'd have, you know, banners or flags to, you know, whip around. I mean, I mean, John wants to take everything at Highbridge Hills and just bring it to another level. And you know, when you leave Highbridge Hills, you'll have a tool to put into your pocket, and I mean, your life can be just, you know, maybe everything you try, everything you wanted it to be is possible. So it's just so exciting.
Well, I'll challenge any of you 20-year-olds to a good day of hard work. putting up pole buildings or doing anything that requires a lot of labor. And right now, I would dare say I'll run circles around most of you 20 and 30 year olds. And it's only because of the mangosteen juice. I know what it does. I felt the impact of it. And maybe I felt it sooner than a lot of people will feel. Finally in life, I got something that I was the first at. I don't have to be the last one to feel it. Finally. But no, really, it's worth a try. It's really worth getting involved in.
So I'll give you contact information. I live out in the cities, Minneapolis, Twin Cities area, and John, of course, is up here in Highbridge. But you know, take a look and see what it's going to be all about here. And we're doing this for you guys. We're making a platform for you guys here, and I'm willing to have meetings and stuff down in the cities, and we're willing to travel. So just take a good look at what we're going to have going on here. It's just, you know, this is what's going to take us to the next level, and it's not just about Highbridge anymore. It's not just about John anymore. He's inviting you to be a part of Highbridge Hills, and this is something that you don't just have to do here. You know, it's, you know, you can do this anywhere.
That's right. That's right. And it's a great opportunity, folks. And I got into it maybe by a stroke of luck. And now I'm trying to make more of a purpose of this whole thing and just asking you guys to consider it just to better your health. You'll play better disc golf. You'll do better no matter what you do, I think.
And I think at least check it out. I mean, I know it is not for everybody, but all I ask is you just got to check it out, because you're not going to find out about this on TV, on a commercial, or on the store shelf. You know, it's just when somebody's willing to open up their heart and share this with somebody that people's lives are changed. And that's how my life was changed. Somebody had the gumption to come and talk to me, and I had an open mind and did some research, and, you know, your life is never the same again.
It's never the same again. And come to Highbridge and share life up in Highbridge here. We just call it a way of life, the way we're living our life up here. And it's you can see it's pretty laid back, just on the number 2 hole of Blueberry Hill, which is one of the premier courses in the world. And actually this basket here was the 9th hole of the World's Championships in 2007.
Okay.
And it just seems like it's a fitting place to talk about this.
Yeah.
Because of what Highbridge was initially all about and where we're going with it right now. So I'm happy, Lori, that we could put together this informational session for people, and let's hope that a lot of you out there will get in contact with us with the links that Lori provides, and let's just take it to another level, folks.
Thanks.
Think about your health.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, John.
You're welcome.